excited to join the PUBG Mobile Club Open Fall Split Global Finals.
PUBG Mobile Club Open Fall Split Finals. Make sure you tune in yourself.
I can't tell you how proud I am of PUBG Mobile to just lead the way in mobile esports. Every event that I see them do just seems to be getting bigger and better every single time.
The PUBG Mobile Club Open is the biggest global mobile tournament in all of esports. So good luck to all the teams competing in the PMCO Global Finals. Hit that winner chicken dinner.
PUBG Mobile Club Opens will be begin on 29th of November. Please follow PUBG Mobile Esports YouTube channel. Cheer up for your favorite team. PUBG Mobile, be the number one. Time to shine.
Me and Kino just want to say good luck to all the teams competing in the PUBG Mobile Club Open Grand Finals. Go out and get that winner chicken dinner.
So guys, PUBG Mobile Club Open Finals are up from November 29. Make sure that you cheer for your favorite team. Make sure that you subscribe to PUBG Mobile Esports YouTube channel because it's their time to shine. It's your time to shine. Hashtag be the one.
Imagino que ya lo sabrás, pero este fin de semana se juegan Malasia las finales del PUBG Mobile Club Open y yo voy a estar apoyando a Team Queso. Es el único equipo hispanohablante que queda vivo en la competición, así que si tú también quieres apoyarlos, desliza para arriba y vete al canal de YouTube de PUBG Mobile Esports.
PUBG Mobile Club Open Global Finals will begin on November 29th, so make sure you guys follow PUBG Mobile Esports on YouTube. Cheers for your favorite teams. PUBG Mobile, be the number one. Time to shine.
Good luck to all the teams competing in the PUBG Mobile Club Open Global Finals. Get that winner chicken dinner.
PMCO.
PMCO.
Be the one.
Be the one.
Be the one. Be the one.
Be the one. Time to shine.
Be the one. Time to shine.
Be the one. Time to shine.
Be the one, time to shine.
Be the one. Time to shine.
I feel like a piece of chicken meat on a grill under the blazing sun. Everyone hates desert because they get lost here. But there are some interesting people here, like that hip-hop kid. You know, the one on top of the car. He always has the strangest stickers. Supposedly, they're trophies he got from other players. You know how it is. Kids and their toys. Oh, and that guy standing by the wall has a really good aim and is supposedly an assassin. Why is he dressed like that in this fracking desert, though? As for that lady over there, she values her gun more than her own life. That's about the only thing you can trust around here. Me? Who am I? Ha! Everyone knows the Lava Barret. Shh! I think we have guests.
following us? Does it think we're rabbits?
No, you're more like a bug. A really lazy bug. Watch out!
Take cover!
We're surrounded!
Fly fast? I'll race you. Time to wreak havoc. Let's go! You could join us, little sidekick.
Companion. Let's go!
Hey! Wait for me!
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Welcome everyone to the PUBG Club Open, or PUBG Mobile Club Open 2019 Fall Split Prelims. We have an exciting day of games today. Of course, it's brought to you by Tencent and PUBG Corp with the title sponsor Vivo. I'm Jason Kaplan, joined on the desk by, well, we got an extra handsome man here, and we have Dave, unfortunately, on the end of the desk. But we got Ice Baby. First of all, how you doing today, man? Because you didn't know you were going to be here until about 48 hours ago.
Well, surprise, surprise. They needed someone, to analyze the C teams here. I'm the expert right here, so I'm going to be telling all about the C teams here coming in the prelims. However, I'm looking forward to see how all these teams from all the other regions brings the meta into this game, the play styles and strategies coming into this tournament, and who's going to be the one? That's the one thing I'm looking forward to.
Well, Dave,
I have a mustache.
you do have a
Oh, yeah.
mustache. Mustache Dave over here.
That's why they got me here.
Haven't seen you in about 2.5 weeks. How you been since the South Asia Regionals?
Been doing good. I mean, I'm actually a fanboy now of the South Asian teams. I think we're going to put up a good fight against your region.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll see what the top three teams we'll see at the end of the 3 days that we have here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So three teams, 3 days.
Okay. 3 teams,
3
3
days.
days. We have a ton of matches to be played as well. Funny enough, actually, if you look back at the qualifiers for all different regions, South Asia was the only region that had to play out 18 matches over the course of 3 days. Other regions only had to play 10. So I'm kind of wondering, how is endurance going to play out for these teams? Ooh,
No. Southeast Asia played 140 matches.
I mean, that is quite a few.
They had the 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And then they had the championship league.
Yes, definitely. It's kind of similar as well. Like each team played kind of like 80 matches as well. So I feel like Southeast Asia, they definitely have a lot of experience when it comes to rotation and the mind games here. But for this team here, it's gonna be like a total reset coming to Philips here because nobody knows exactly where they drop spots as well. Like I feel like some of these teams they haven't figured out what's the best game plan, what's the best strategy workout. That's why we had like kind of like a practice screen yesterday match here. We saw a couple of teams kind of like trying to figure out where's the best place to drop, where's the best place to kind of contest, and also there's kind of testing out the waters as well between the teams here. We saw a couple of rivalries between the games here, but I'm not going to share too much on how the results here because that is the practice match, right? We're going to hear for the official match.
And of course, looking at, if we're just kind of thinking and brainstorming, like a lot of these teams haven't even been here back in spring, and coming into playing against regions they maybe never played against, it's tough. Like we talked to some teams and adjusting your play style. Some teams are going to be hard-headed and going to be sticking to exactly what they want to do. Other teams, I think they're more open to changing things up.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. A lot of teams like to talk. Today's the day to see if they can walk the walk because I feel like today's going to be a lot of passive play from the squads. They're going to be trying to feel each other out, a lot of camping in compounds, hopefully not going out on the rotation. So all these teams are going to play extremely passive today. We might have some hot drops. We have some teams, like I said, talking a big talk, trying to push other teams out of their drop spots. From yesterday's in the scrimmage, you made mention of. So it's going to be an interesting day number 1.
Oh, yeah. No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's the thing, right? When we talk about passive plays and also aggressive plays here, like yesterday's, I feel like maybe during practice match here we're gonna see a lot of passive plays, but today, maybe it's all about adaptability as well, getting used to the mobile phones as well as the team's play style and understanding that hey, we can play this aggressively today. We saw like Synergy in the practice games, little snippets for you guys, and Synergy kind of like went all out in first match, right? We saw like 16, 17 kills, just all coming from them, and I'm like, whoa, these guys came in party. They literally came here to win. So will we see that in official matches? That's something I'm looking forward to. Like Synergy is definitely going to be one of the teams that I'm going to be catching my eye on as well.
Not only that, some teams it's their first LAN.
Oh yeah.
Surprisingly enough, because some regions they had to qualify online. So it's going to be interesting.
And obviously they're all playing on pretty much the same settings, right? You can imagine if you're playing like an online kind of league, you're playing with your own phone, your own internet connection from wherever you are, but everyone's on the exact same ping. They're all on the exact same FIVO next 3 as well, so they have the ability to play on an equal battleground, like an equal footing.
Oh yeah. I like how I was having a couple conversations with some of the C teams as well. They said that hey, the phone that is being used right here in this venue as well is kind of different from any other phones. They had to adjust and kind of get used to the new gyroscope system, or maybe in some teams with the ADS settings here, 2 fingers or maybe even 3 fingers kind of settings. But I feel like it's all about how well you get that here. Like some of these teams here, they had like 4 games to test and out the waters, and during the phase here, adapting to the meta, adapting to rotations, adapting to play styles, adapting to the mobile phone itself is going to be one of the key factors for them to win these 3 games and qualify themselves to global finals. We are looking for the best, of course. Top 3, only 3 slots.
And I can imagine a lot of players out there are going to be like, wow, this phone's going to be a lot better than what I'm using at home. Like, playing with no stutters, with no problems, no FPS lagging at all. So obviously going into a very strong device here. I think the teams, it's going to give an advantage. I think the players who are used to playing on, lesser phones, they're going to be able to like, oh, this is what it's like to play on a smooth phone here with no problems at all. And I think that's going to help some teams really rise to the occasion. We saw over in South Asia, a lot of teams were able to step up, where previously, like, they were bottom kills or, not doing well in placements, but then they really, like, showed what it can cause and what they can do.
Yeah, we had some surprises, right? Because we had the group stages and then the prelims over there. Team Seoul, for example, they were 15th. They barely made it to the final stages. They ended up getting the direct invite in second place. So it goes to show you with time, you get more comfortable. Those land gears go away. You made mention about the meta. Yesterday, the first day, all these teams got to play together. So I feel like today, probably tomorrow, is where we're going to kind of develop the meta, try to feel out what these squads are going to be doing. Because right now, no one has a clue. I mean, we have 4, maybe 5 games from yesterday's scrims. And most of the times in scrims, teams, they kind of troll, right? They don't want to give away. Some teams troll. They don't want to give away their strategies, which is fair. So today, I don't even know, honestly. We're going to have to find out. We're going to be finding out all day.
I'm curious to see like which teams are gonna be the ones to give up like their drop spots.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like they're used to their own region. All right, we get the spot every time. No one contests us. But now going to this with all these different regions, it's like, well, you got to be the team to be willing to like change things up, or again, you're gonna be hard-headed and just stick to that and fight your way through. Which, if you have a bad first game, you're already setting yourself with one foot in the grave.
Yeah.
Speaking of the maps as well, we talk about drop spots here. I think one of the highest contested spots here would be smack middle of all four maps in general. Here, like Pochinki, we have Hokkaido, we have Goroka as well. All these kind of hot spots, smack middle of the map here is the best place to actually rotate from any side of the circles here. A lot of these places are still being contested by some of these teams here. I think I have a couple like a list in the global finals, especially in prelims as well. All these teams are still fighting for it as well. I think in yesterday's Arangil map, we saw like 2 or 3 teams still contesting for Pochinki smack middle overall. So I'm not too sure who exactly won it here, but in the official match, we're going to find out who exactly is going to be dropping those spots though.
And that's my fear, right? We were talking to some squads today.
I didn't know you were afraid of anything.
That's my fear because Victory 5. Right?
Oh, yeah.
They know that squads are hot drop. It was happening yesterday. They said they are not going to change up their drop spot. They're going to continue to fight that all day today. Even if they continue to get hot drop, they're going to fight all day tomorrow. They're not going to give it up. So I'm worried if they do get taken out early, how far is that going to set them behind here to qualify for that top 3 spot? I know Victory 5, that's like one of your squads.
I think like when it comes to Victory Fire as well, they are one of the teams that definitely have the discipline to actually take on any team here. Like you gotta have that ego or that sense of pride that say like, hey, I'm the best player here. I'm just here to just wreck everyone.
Yeah.
If I falter or kind of waver from the fight from any kind of team, it means that I'm scared. I can't be the best. So we're here to look for the best, and I feel like that kind of attitude may help or may not. But we shall see. Let's kind of find out about that.
They got a lot of pressure on their shoulders as well, being the only Chinese team actually in the prelims at the moment. Let's take a look though at the format. Let's get some admin work out of the way so we can dive straight into how this entire thing is going to go. As you can see there, 16 teams. Only 3 can get through. Only 3 can get through in total.
Oh yeah.
So how many teams you're looking at in particular at the moment? Let's just talk about that, I guess, sir.
Oh yeah, definitely here. 16 teams are in prelims here. We have Mega Conqueror starting off Orange Esports CG, Bigatron, SGE, we have Synergy, we have Insidious, we have IND, Team IND, we have Tempo Storm as well, we have Astrid Myth, we have Omen Elite, we have Footballers, we have Victory 5, we have SWAT, we have Red Cannons, we have Party Gaming, we have Detonator, and also Go Skiller. So one thing I want to talk about is 16 teams as well. Like C teams, they're really known for making those kind of play passive kind of plays here. Whereas the South Asia teams like SGE, INS, and IND, they're teams that really love those kind of early aggression and then coming into the fight. So I'm looking forward to see how is the early aggression in the circle, early phases of the circle going to be coming on top, or is it going to be the late gamers who actually will strive to get the chicken dinner?
And speaking of playing passive, we have to look at points. How does the points distribution actually work when it comes to these chicken dinners? And Dave, as we can see, you're carrying over from South Asia when we were just there a few weeks ago. It's still going to be 20 points for first place.
Yeah, 20 points for first place. Second place will get you 14. Third place, 10 points. Fourth place, 8. Goes down by 1 from there. 11th through 16th place. Teams don't want to find themselves there, but thanks for showing up. You get 1 point, just for being here, pretty much. And then, of course, something that is very important, each kill is 1 point. So we're going to see these kill-hungry squads and how that will affect them on the leaderboard.
And that's even more heavily weighted now for the fact that it is 1 point. When we had, back in the spring, it was, I think, 30 points for chicken dinner, and then we get no points for, last place. So it obviously puts a lot of effect on the teams that can be kill-heavy when we get into it. But speaking about getting into it, let's take a look at the schedule, because everyone wants to know what maps are being played, what orders are being played over these next 3 days, and you can see one big thing here on your screen. What is it, Terrence?
Well, starting off here, we're going to be playing the first map, the El Clasico map here. We're going to be having Erangel, and then jumping into game number 2 here, we're going to go a little bit of hot drop, a little bit towards the Amazon forest here. We're going to go into Sandhawk, and then going a little bit hot, even hotter deserts here. We're going to go into Miramar, and then back in towards Erangel, Vikendi, one of the coldest places on the map, of course.
Shivering.
Yeah, you can cosplay Santa Claus, I guess. Whoa. Anyways, ending things off, we are going to be having Erangel. So totally, we're going to be playing all 4 maps with Erangel, 3 maps in total.
Yeah, so this is for the next 3 days. This is the same schedule. All right, there's a total of 18 matches. We're gonna have 9 Erangel, 3 Sandhawk, 3 Vikendi, 3 Miramar over the next 3 days. So my, kind of thought process that I'm going to be paying attention to, what squad, or what squads, for that matter, are strong on Erangel, considering that's going to be 50% of the map pool here in the prelims.
Oh, yeah. When it comes to map as well, I feel like if we were to compare all 4 maps, Erangel is definitely one of the most balanced maps in terms of all drop spots from all the map here. There's just multiple rotation spots to to work with in terms of vehicles, in terms of weaponry, in terms of rotation padding as well. Setting up roadblocks is just fantastic as well. So I feel like when it comes to playing the map of Erangel, it's all about who is able to read each other's rotation pathway, cutting people's padding, and just punish them. So I feel like it's all about placements right there.
And I want to ask you guys really quickly, because we're about to get the first game under the way. Give me a dark horse, because I want you guys to have the opportunity to talk about him now for a moment before we do see potentially win some games.
Party gaming from Korea.
Is there a reason?
Yeah, I've talked to a couple of players as well, coming from the C teams as well. They feel like Party gaming is literally a dark horse. Like they have the firepower, they have the personal skills to take down fights here, but they're still kind of lost in the sense where they don't know how each meta plays out. We talked about this early on in this as well, like, hey, the meta, understanding the habits, understanding the playstyles, and it's all about how they adapt. And I feel like Party gaming is definitely going to be one of the dark horse, but I don't know. It may or may not happen.
No, you gotta stick with it. You gotta stick with it.
Like I said, it's a dark horse.
You picked
it. Yeah, definitely.
So for me, go Skilla, all right, from Wildcard. I had the opportunity to cast them here to qualify. They used to be Nomad Gaming. They recently got picked up. The pressure's on. But the one thing that's interesting for me, they qualified without a coach. Since then, they picked up a coach. They told me they're trying new strategies. They got some plays in the playbook. Let's see if they can use them here and throw everybody else off, because I'm feeling like they could take some chicken dinners.
All right, well, we're going to be finding out in a moment's time. I think it's time to head over to our commentators as we get into our first match of the day. And, of course, it's none other than John Allen and Blake.
Thank you very much, Jason and the desk. We're here, we're ready. The horizon has known no bounds over the past few months as we have searched far and wide for the best of the best. We're here in the prelim and the circle will continue to shrink. Only 3 teams are going to make it out, but we have game number 1 up and ready to go.
And prelims, John, it's a grueling experience to say the least. 18 games over 3 days. We saw that in the South Asia Regional Finals. What it did open was for these more consistent teams to get in. We're talking about Team IND, Team INS, who are looking to get those more spot scores, to get those placement points in. You're going up against a lot of different microcosms here in terms of regional play. Like, you're not going to get a free spot here. INS aren't just going to easily be able to take Gaptra anymore. We're going to have issues going on from here on forward. And these teams, they're out for blood. They want to get that top 3 spots. They want to get to the global finals. But it's a lot of work ahead of them.
I'll tell you what, there's a word for that. In English anyway, argy-bargy. We're going to be seeing a lot of that at the
Mega
start.
argy-bargy,
A little bit of elbows poking out, trying to zone away teams from your drop spot. That's really what it's all about. Plane coming across, as you can see on your screens to this side. There you go. Down and that way. It's this way. As it's going straight across the centre. A pretty clean plane way.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before whilst we're casting. You get a kind plane path, you're more than likely going to get a pretty cruel circle, let's be honest here. We'll see if it goes central or it goes somewhere wacky up to Kameshki. But right now this opens up a very, very good plane path, especially for the game number 1 of the day. It's going to allow everyone to go to their preferred spots. Now, I don't imagine we'll see much hot dropping, to be honest with you. You know you've only got 18 games here to qualify. You want to be doing reactive dropping, you want to see where other players are going and go over there. You might even have situations where in scrims teams are dropping in one place and now they're going to drop somewhere completely different. Right now, the only team I can really see who is anywhere close to one another is Party Gaming, SWAT 69, and Detonator, all within Georgia Pool, but still pretty spread.
You've got Omen Elite in there as well, in South George Crates. You can see they're on your screens right now, vying for it with SWAT 69, so maybe a little bit of an early clash going in there.
Alright. You know, I'm allowing it, you know, this is okay for them. But they will
Blank
have
seal of approval.
Blank seal of approval, I'm going to take it. They're playing on either side right now, so this could be just a situation where you've got a peace treaty going on. They're going to loot up, be cautious of one another, and then potentially leave afterwards. But they will have to move at some point, potentially. I think the team who takes Everest first probably going to have a good advantage here in terms of scouting capability. So really, we're looking here depending on looting times, how fast one of these teams can make their way out, can they get a vehicle. But right now, Omen are really taking the fight. The SWAT 69, hiding behind brick walls, pretty scared right now.
Fair enough, you would be. A team like Omen Elite bearing down on you. Super strong run from them in the NA regional finals that we saw to be able to claim that 3rd spot just underneath Tempo Storm and playing 3rd fiddle to Cloud9, of course. They've done a real great deal of work here. They might actually just try and bug out. Sensible potential.
They're just leaving now. I mean, they see where the circle has gone off to, and they're just going to leave, scout it out, figure out where the next point of contact is going to be. Assyria Myth here playing around Pachinki. We know they play around there very often. They have the potential to go up, to go Skiller on Rozok Hill there, but INS, they've got a free spot here in Gakka. Now let's talk a little bit more about INS, because in the South Asia Regional Finals, they were actually playing with a man down, and arguably their best player, Cartoons, because he was away for exams. Now he let his team do the hard work, qualified themselves for the prelims, but now he's here and he has to show up, John.
Certainly does. We'll see what he's got to prove. A little bit of a curious rotation coming in from the Red Canids. They actually rotated from the sort of the compounds just north of that western bridge towards Military Island to C Block, to the military base itself, and they're going to get some more loot on the boards, it seems.
Which is fair enough, really. You drop early, you figure out where people are going. You might have a potentiality here where Red Canids, they've dropped slow, and it means they've had to drop on vehicles, but what they have achieved there is scouting onto Sosnovka. They're like, okay, no one's here, let's go, let's take this territory, we can claim that early, make it our own. And this means that going forward, if they can retain control of Sosnovka, they're going to get very geared, they're going to get suited and booted early on, be able to rotate back into the circle with the vehicles they've acquired now. It's going to be very, very good. Synergy, on the other hand, another team that's quite aggressive, all the way in Lepovka, another team that's playing it safe.